Daredevil Born Again is about to restart production, but is Disney still blind to its prior mistakes? I don't think it's too hyperbolic to say that Daredevil was probably one of, if not the best, superhero TV shows ever produced. I know a lot of people feel it is like the best out there. I absolutely agree with that as well. And why? Why was it so good? Well, three things I point to myself. First off, you have a fantastic cast. You have Charlie Cox playing Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil. Deborah Ann Wall played Karen Page. Eldon Henson played Foggy Nelson. And Vincent D'Onofrio made a fantastic Kingpin. Those are four solid actors right there delivering great performances. Who else did we have? We had Elodie Young show up as Elektra, and John Barenthal put an amazing take on the Punisher, Frank Castle. So right there, you got an amazing cast, and what did they do? They delivered an amazing story. Why did they deliver an amazing story? Because you had great story writers. This series was created by Drew Goddard, who, if you don't know, is a Buffy and Angel alum, producer on the show there. He brought along with him other writers from Buffy and Angel, including Stephen S. DeKnight and Doug Petrie. All these writers, producers, they understand and understood the craft of storytelling. And that's what they did. They wrote great stories. And more than that, for a really good superhero show, you need some action. And this delivers some of the best damn action we've ever seen in superhero TV shows. The choreography was great. The fighting was gritty and realistic. And no one can forget that amazing hallway fight scene, all done in one take. So yeah, Daredevil was great. It became the anchor for the Marvel shows on Netflix, which included Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist, culminating in a Avenger-style team-up, The Defenders. All the Marvel street-level heroes fighting together against a bad guy. Admittedly, there were some shows that weren't that great. Defenders wasn't that great. But overall, very well-produced, high-quality television shows with Daredevil standing among the top. Of course, all good things have to come to an end, and the Netflix shows went away because there was some division in between Marvel Television and Marvel Studios. Film division took over and everything fell under the MCU.
That's not good.
But then rumors came out. We started hearing rumors in the spring of 2021. Charlie Cox was coming back, and he was going to be appearing in Spider-Man No Way Home. Right there, as Matt Murdock, now back in the MCU. Who else appeared in the MCU? Vincent D'Onofrio returned as Kingpin in the Hawkeye series. So this seemed to say Daredevil was coming to the MCU, featuring Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio. At Comic-Con in 2022, Kevin Feige announced that Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio would be returning to the MCU in a new series, 18 individual shows. And the name, of course, if you know Daredevil history, you know what Born Again is. You know, it calls back to that fantastic comic series written by Frank Miller back in the 80s when Kingpin discovered Daredevil's secret identity and went about trying to destroy his life.
Need that story out there before it is too late.
I think any fan of the Daredevil TV series would have been excited by the news that Charlie Cox was returning to play Daredevil in his own show. But we have to remember the environment of the MCU at the time. See, again, this is late July 2022. What have we seen from the MCU at this point? Well, we had the Black Widow movie. We had Shang-Chi. We had Eternals. Why? Also, we still have a giant celestial head sticking out of the Indian Ocean presently in the MCU. We had Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which was maddening in so many ways. And of course, Thor, Love and Thunder. So yeah, quality of the movies had really dropped, and with the MCU taking over Daredevil is concerns. Couple that with the fact that we then hear that neither Eldon Henson or Deborah Ann Wall are returning as Foggy or Karen. So what are we as Netflix Daredevils fans to expect? And then we didn't really hear much. There were some rumors now and then, different cast members. It was really October 2023 when the news broke about what was really going on with Daredevil. Now, you have to remember at the time, production on everything had stopped due to the actor strike and the writer strike. But when this article came out, confirmed what a lot of people had been hearing behind the scenes. Daredevil hits reset button as Marvel overhauls its television business.
Historically, not awesome.
Fewer than half of the series' 18 episodes had been shot, but it was enough for Marvel executives, including Chief Kevin Feige, to review the footage and come away with a clear-eyed assessment. The show isn't working. So in late September, Marvel quietly let go head writers Chris Ord and Matt Corman and released the directors of the remainder of the season as part of a creative reboot.
Nice way of putting it.
The studio was then on a hunt for new writers and new directors for the project. Why wasn't working? Again, Foggy and Karen weren't involved. Apparently, they had been killed at that point. And the showrunners went in an entirely different direction than the Netflix show.
Why would you do that?
Sources say that Corman and Ord crafted a legal procedural that did not resemble the Netflix version, known for its action and violence. Cox didn't even show up in costume until the 4th episode.
Are you kidding me?
If I wanted to watch a legal procedural, I'd watch Law and Order SVU or something. I want to see Daredevil. Yeah, he's a lawyer, but he's Daredevil. Okay? That's what we wanted. We wanted the Netflix, but we knew what Marvel had become. We knew what the MCU had become. We knew it was transforming to the MCU and watering down its characters. So this kind of was welcome news, or at least for me it was. We're going to restart this, go back to the beginning and try to make it more like the Netflix show. Vincent D'Onofrio confirmed this. Going, of course, to my favorite show rant site. Marvel actor confirms how Daredevil Born Again will be linked to the Netflix Daredevil show.
Finally.
During our restart of all the creative on Daredevil Born Again, all the creatives got together and said, look, this is how we've got to do it now. So we are for sure only speaking about it in terms of being directly connected to the original Daredevil. And that's a great thing. It brings in a lot of cool stories and all the collateral story that happens in the original 3 seasons. So we're going to start this Born Again situation with all that history behind us and the outcome of all that history. So we're talking about Daredevil Born Again in those terms now. Now that's good. Hopefully that's good.
But wait, there's more.
Marvel's Daredevil Born Again to see Deborah Ann Wall and Eldon Henson reprise their roles as Karen Page and Foggy Nelson. Again, this is good news.
See, you can make a good decision when you try.
All that being said, even with that optimism, I still think we have to be cautious. Why? Because we have to look at what has been shown of Daredevil and Kingpin in the MCU so far. When we see Matt Murdock show up in Spider-Man No Way Home, it's a quick scene where he's Matt Murdock, but we get just that little slight hint that Daredevil's right there.
How did you just do that?
I'm a really good lawyer.
Just that little bit, catching that brick. That's all we needed. It's like, that's Matt Murdock. And he's being Daredevil and not kind of bragging about it. It's just a really cool scene. Well done. But how else did they show Daredevil? Well, unfortunately, Daredevil showed up in She-Hulk.
Apologies for the tardiness, Your Honor. I had trouble finding parking.
And of course, She-Hulk had a multitude of problems.
Almost tasted that. Num 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 num, eat it up. Go play okay, 3, 2, 1. You know I'm the hottest. You ain't never gotta heat me up. I'm prison.
Bad, stupid writing. An actress who, me personally, I didn't think she was well suited to the role of She-Hulk.
It's a stupid ass decision.
But Daredevil showed up in a costume that wasn't true to the red one, more akin to the original yellow and red. And of course, we had this infamous scene after he hooked up with Jen Walters.
Morning.
Matt Murdock doing the walk of shame, barefoot, because I guess, that's the trope for young women after they go out and spend a night with a guy. So we're switching the roles. But yeah, really subverting the narratives there, people. So that's our Matt Murdock. Yeah, we did see him for literally a minute, 1 minute of a fight scene in Echo, which, God, I hope they get different choreographers. Bring back the guys from Netflix because it looked like crap. So if you go back and slow that down, you'll see that he doesn't even kick the shotgun. He just swipes past it, and it's a mess. More to the point, the bad guy of the show, Kingpin, I think has really been neutered in a lot of ways. When he first showed up in the MCU, he was in Hawkeye, and he kind of got bested by Kate Bishop. And then he got shot in the face by Echo.
Family. Sometimes family doesn't see eye to eye.
And then when we see him in Echo, he gets bested again by Echo, who basically pulls a Cybok from Star Trek V and releases his pain.
What did you do?
How is this going to be an effective character? How is Daredevil going to be an effective character? They've literally neutered both characters. So just going to have a bunch of like fixed puppies fighting each other and Daredevil born again? I don't know. That's why I'm cautiously optimistic. They're making some good moves, but I think we got to be on our guard. You know, Marvel has yet to prove that it's really recognized its mistakes. And like I said, they may still be blind to those mistakes.
I understood that reference.
Questions, comments, witticisms down below. Click the like button. Click the subscribe button. See you guys next time.